So in the last video we have done up to the login page, but the user, the admin is not logged in, only the design is done. So we have two different pages, HTML. One is common.html, another one is admin. So admin page, admin login is inheriting the common.html, like the design, the Python with Naveen, and the copyrights @Python with Naveen. This part is inheriting. So this is the part where my admin login is going to work. Now here I need one image also. I repeat, I need a image. So I already gathered some images. So I'm taking that image. I need this admin login image. Copy. In my project, inside the static, I'm creating a new directory and I'm naming it as images. Inside the images, I'm pasting my copied image, that is admin png. I need this admin png beside to the admin table. Over here I need. So the changes what I am doing into the table, observe once. First table row where you are showing a title like admin login page title, right. Before that I am taking one more column, table header, one more column. In that one more column I am going to add my image, img src variable tag like URL for. I'm calling URL for. Inside that I'm going to pass two parameters. First parameter is static, comma. Second parameter is file name. Second parameter I'm passing file name. Right. Now the file name I'm going to give. First, inside the static I'm going to work. The file name is images / the image name. The image name is admin.png. Right. Save. And in the last video we have seen a problem like even when we refresh, the page is not refreshed. For that the solution is go to your app, and look at into edit configurations. In edit configuration, check your Flask debug true. Check this box. Once you check this checkbox and click on apply. Okay, right. So let me stop this server once and do the changes. Edit configuration. Yes, it's checked. Apply. Okay. Now from this time, no need to stop your server again and again. Simply look at here, debug mode is on. So by simple refresh, you'll get the output. That is the output. Design it properly. This is my first table row where I have two columns. I repeat, first table row, I have two columns. What is my requirement is this image means the first column need to occupy 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 rows rows, 4 rows size it need to take. So I'm doing the small change. In the HTML, I'm providing table header as row span, that is 5. Row span, that is 5. There it is. Okay. Now the second one, admin login. For that I'm providing a width and the style like HTML, CSS code I'm writing inside the HTML. CSS I'm writing inside the HTML. Right. Style width equals to, I'm taking some 300 pixel. Text align in center. Font family, I'm giving some family. Background color, so it's up to you again. Coming to this background colors and colors, green, and the text color is white, that is color is white. Hope so. It good, look good. Refresh. There it is. So if you want to increase the font size, yes, so simply we'll do one more thing, guys. Font size, I'm writing like font size equals to 15 pixel. Hope look good. Become very small, so I'm making 30. Not bad. Now arrange these fields also into the center, all the fields into the center. So write one common CSS code, that is style, where we can add to all. So I'm giving to this table header, I want to arrange, I repeat, I want to arrange this field into the center. I want to arrange this field also into the center. I want to arrange button also into the center. So for that I'm giving a common class name for the table header, class like admin login. The same class I'm applying for username, password and button for the three columns. Now I'm going to write a common common CSS. Observe, style, open and close. So dot, admin login, yes, will represent with the dot. Class will represent with the dot. Admin login. Right. So in that, simply align in the center. Alignment in center. So hope so. No, I think the code is wrong. Let me change. Text align in center. There it is. Now I can remove the boundaries so it look little more simple. Right. Observe. For the common.html we have given table border as a 2. I'm changing into 0. It's gone for the common. Right. Similarly, I want to remove for my admin also. That is inside the admin table we have given a border 2. I'm changing to 0. So already I told you guys that don't expect much design. This is a simple format what I'm going to give you. Right? Sounds good. Now I want to work with login part. Once I enter username, and password and click on login to validate the admin username and password. Once admin is logged in successfully, we are going to, yes, once admin is logged in successfully, we'll open the welcome page according to the requirement, sir. According to the requirement. Once the admin is logged in, after login, we'll show the welcome page, right? So let me design that now. So observe, the button need to listen the action. If you observe, button is not listening the action, right? For that, we need to provide form action. Concentrate. Common.html is providing only header and footer, nothing else. Header and footer. Yes, no more work with my common as of now. Now I am going to admin login. In admin login, the complete details like username, password, everything is designed inside the table. So for easy to understand, the complete table I am writing inside the form element. Form action equals to, temporarily I am writing hash. I will change it. Then after, method equals to post. Now close the form. Right. So once, let me see whether my button is working or not. Whenever you add form, your button will work. Now once observe, just observe concentrated, observe carefully, so the page will get refreshed. Yes. Okay, right. So now here I must and should enter the name. I must and should enter the username. If with the empty fields, when I click on button, it should not work. Actually here it is working. Yes, button is listening the action, sir. Button is listening the action. Thing, you have not written the proper code, but button is listening the action. Good. Now my requirement is, if my fields are empty, they should not work. Button should not submit the page, submit the form, right? So what I am doing, just observe, for the input field text username, I am providing required attribute. Required for username, I am providing required. Similarly for password, I am saying like required. Yes. So username required, password required. So once refresh, now click on the button. First you have to fill this field. Yes, unless it won't submit. Previously it was submitting. After writing this required attribute, that is the beauty of HTML5. No need to write any JavaScript validations, reading the inputs, verifying, empty field, no need. When you're working with HTML5, you can do by writing one simple required attribute. Once you write like this is the output. That's it. So first you enter the name Ravi, okay. Password, please fill out this field. You have to enter some password. Now it will submit the form. That's the story. Sir, observe one important point, everyone. HTML5pattern.com. HTML5pattern.com. So if you look at into this HTML5pattern.com, already number of patterns they have given. Like for passwords, look at here, passwords, different password combination patterns they have given. Password, uppercase letter, lowercase letter, and a number. Your password must contain uppercase, lowercase, and a number, right? So what I have to do for this, it's very simple. Just copy this pattern, apply apply to your HTML. Coming to the password, pattern equals to, observe, pattern equals to, just paste up. Whatever I have copied, I have pasted. So according to this pattern, your password must contain one uppercase, one lowercase, one number. Then only it will allow. Else it won't allow. That's it. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry for the disturbance. So here is my fields. Now whenever you click on the button where I have to go. Okay, form is ready. Even button is listening the action. Whenever you click on the button, where exactly our request need to move. Okay, so first I am going back to my app.py. I am defining a new URL route @app.route Here I am writing like validate admin. I'm defining a function. You can give any function name, or easy to remember, you can give the same function names like your URL. It will be easy. Like validate admin. Inside this I'm going to work. But remember one important point. We are writing form action. In this form action, we'll write the URL like this. Everyone observe carefully. http://127.0.0.1:5000. So as you know, it is an IP address, it is a port number, colon, after that slash our URL pattern, that is validate admin. As it is, I am passing here validate admin. So whenever you click on the button, request is going to this particular URL. Right, but remember what is a method type? Post type. So it must be specified. It must be specified here, saying like method equals to, methods equals to, inside the square bracket, write like post, that is inside the list, not square bracket. Mean to say, in our Python terminology, it is a list. So I'm telling what type of method it is, post type of the method. So let me see you the temporary output once. Print I am validate function. To just cross check, I am verifying whether it is working properly or not. If I can see this output, my program is working properly. So let me cross check. In my run command, I am clearing all this. Clear? Right. Now back to the browser, refresh. Yes, refresh. Now I am entering some dummy username and password, which is not that important. Click on login. Yes, password need to match with our pattern. One alphabet, uppercase, lowercase number, uppercase, lowercase number, uppercase, lowercase number. Right. Okay, built-in type error, no problem, we'll get error, no problem, don't mind with this. Back to the server. Do you got that output? I am validate function. So program is working properly. Now complete the program. What? I need to read the data from these fields, from username and password. Right, let me read. For reading, we need to import request. We need to import request. From Flask, import request. Import what, sir? Request. Now observe, it's a variable. It's a variable. Local proxy, it is a variable. Okay. Yes. Who, sir? Request is a variable. Now I am writing that. What? Request dot form dot get. Request dot form dot get from what is the name we have given? In the last video I told you that what is the name will come to know in further, right? Here it is. The name what I have given, T1. T1 means username. T2 means password. That I am going to get here. Request.form.get from T1 assigned to a variable like username. Similarly, request.form.get that is T2 that is password. User password. 1 minute. Here it is. Now again let me print and see the result, whether I am getting right output or not. Print username, print user password. Again I am telling you, we are not writing return statement in the last, so you will get error in the output. Don't mind, we'll see this output in our console. Right, clear all the stuff. Just refresh in the browser, back, refresh. There it is. Write your username, Ravi, password, 1 capital, 1 small, 1 digit. There it is, Ravi, and the password is AD1. Yes, I have entered only 3 alphabets. So successfully we are reading the data from HTML forms. We are reading the data from HTML forms. How to read data from HTML form? That's what I have explained you now. Yes, we are reading the data from HTML form. Now a simple, listen to me everyone, a simple validation I am writing for admin. In admin login I am not using any database. If you want you can integrate database also, but in my example, I repeat, if you want you can integrate database, but in my example I am not integrating any database. Simple, I'll open the page like this. So I'm writing a condition, if username is equals to Naveen and user password is equals to capital N AVEEN Naveen and digit 9 I am taking. That's my password. Okay. If it is valid, where I have to go? Return what? Return what? Okay. Else return what? Yes. If this given username and password is valid, we'll go to the welcome page. As I told you in the requirement, we'll go to the welcome page. We'll go to the welcome page. Right. If the given, I repeat, if the given details are invalid, we'll go back to the same login page and we need to tell invalid user. Right. So observe what I am writing. Return render template, that is admin login.html, and I'm carrying a message, guys. Repeat, I'm carrying a message saying like error message, invalid user. Right, this is a dictionary. It is a dictionary. This dictionary I'm sending as a parameter saying like message equals to message. Point to be noted, this name can be anything. This is my variable name. If you confuse, I'm just changing here. This is my variable name, and this is a name. Yes, key and value parameter. Key and value parameter. Right, this is the name I'm going to use in adminlogin.html. In adminlogin.html, I'm writing one more table row. Observe carefully. In the table header, I'm providing the same class name for this. So to align in the center, yes, this table row, I'm writing inside a if condition. I'm writing a inside if condition. Yes, inside the if, I'm writing a condition like if message, if you get the message, then only display. Yes, this is my tag. You can say like block tag also, as I said you in the previous videos. Right, so this is my block tag. In this, I'm writing one if condition, where if you have message, then only display this row. If you don't have message, don't display the row. So when you will get message, if you are giving invalid details, then only you are sending a message. Now controller will come to here, it will validate, and it is going to display that message. Very simple. Let me show you the output. Here we are displaying in the same adminlogin.html in the same page. Refresh. Exception template syntax error. I'm sorry, here I have written end if, elif. It is end, end, end if. Yeah, I have written elif, that is a mistake. Save, back to the browser, refresh. There it is. Now I'm providing some wrong details. Username is valid, password is wrong. One capital, one small, one digit. Login. Error, invalid user. Sir, I don't want to see like this. I want to see a proper message saying like invalid user. So it's very simple. Instead of displaying message, because message is holding your variable, where your variable contains error. Right, I'm writing like this, message dot error. Once observe the result, invalid user. That's it. Now if you want to decorate that red color, borders, etc., etc., it's up to you. It's up to you. Yes, it's up to you in any order. As of your requirement, you can do that. As of your requirement, you can do that. Okay. As of now, simply invalid user message, or else from Bootstrap, getbootstrap.com, getbootstrap.com. You have alerts. Just observe here, components. In components, you have alerts, different alerts, or you can see different colors. According to your requirement, you can use any alert. You have an alert with close option also. Now, simply copy this, copy that code and paste here. So it may contain some lot of code content. I'm just modifying, observe. So we are using some div element here. Inside the div element, some strong. Inside the strong, you can see some holy, right? There I'm showing my message dot error. The rest of the part is as it is, that is button into mark is there, right, for closing. Yes, here is the division part closed. Let me see the output once in my page. Refresh. There it is. Simply click on this. Gone. If if you want to use some different colors, you can look at into the bootstrap.com. From that you can copy the code and you can do the changes. That's it. So successfully we are showing the error message. Similarly, once the user is logged in with proper username and password, then where I have to go? So simple, render a new template. Render template saying like admin welcome.html. Admin welcome.html. Yes, this page is not available. We need to create this admin welcome inside my templates. Create a new template that is HTML file and name it as admin welcome. Click on OK. So no need to write all the different codes here. Simply we'll use HTML inheritance extending the common.html, and we are going to use block, that is PWN. Open and close the block. End block. In between a simple message as of now saying like welcome admin, right? Under that I'm giving like Naveen. I do one thing, within the same line I'll show the output saying like Naveen. Welcome admin Naveen. Yes. So this is my welcome page. If you observe in my program, in my Python program, simple condition we have written. If it is valid, we are opening admin welcome HTML. If it is invalid, we are going back to admin login HTML. Done. Save. Back to the browser. Refresh. The page is open. Now provide your credentials. Saying like Naveen is the username. Point to be noted. Naveen is in small letters. So Naveen in small letters. And password, N is in capital, AVEEN, and the digit 9. And click on login. Welcome admin Naveen. Successfully the admin is logged in. Now we need to design the admin page according to our requirement. We need to design admin page according to our requirement. The rest will continue in next video.